Hey there, Drew here, and we're coming at you from Colorado Springs, Colorado at Village 7 Presbyterian Church, and we're in our Sunday school area for our little kids. I remember when I first came to Sunday school, my parents dropped me off, and I was so excited. I saw all these new blocks and some toys and, all these new people. But I was also scared. I was wondering, would people be excited to see me? Would people remember my name? I've heard it said that your favorite word, no matter who you are, is your own name. Think about it. It's amazing when someone remembers your name. It's amazing to know that you are known by someone else. I recently read a story about another culture in another part of the world where they have these things called castes. It's almost like levels that you're born into. There's a top level where you're basically rich for the rest of your life. You don't have to worry about anything. And then there's a level under that that's almost as important. And then a level under that. There's like 5 levels. But then there's this other level that's outside of the levels. And they're called Dalits. People who are born into this caste or this group, they're basically titled untouchable. Imagine being born into a group of people where you're considered to be untouchable. But not only that, you're given a name based on what group you're in. So if you're in one of these 5 groups, you get better and better names as you're higher and higher on the caste. But if you're in this other group, the Dalits, the untouchables, you're given a name that's based on worthlessness. Like imagine you're born and your parents give you the name stupid or ugly or dumb. Imagine walking down the street and someone calls out your name, "Hey, stupid!" And they're not trying to be mean, they're just calling out your name. Imagine going through your life having that as your name. Sadly, I think that is not just something that's done in other cultures around the world. I think it's actually done here as well in America. But it's not done by other people to us as much as we do it to ourselves. Think about the last name that you called yourself. When was the last time you called yourself stupid? I remember just recently I did something really dumb and I metaphorically look in the mirror and I say, "Drew, you're such an idiot. Drew, you're so stupid." I do this every day. And I'm sure you do the same thing. You give yourselves names based on what you think you're worth. You do something great, you say, "Drew, you're awesome." You do something stupid, which happens more often, you end up saying you're such an idiot. Here we're going to look at Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. "For my people have committed 2 evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water, and hewed out cisterns for themselves, broken cisterns that can hold no water." He's not really talking about water. Here Jeremiah is saying that his people have stopped putting their hope, faith, and trust in what he says and what Yahweh says. And they've started putting their hope, faith, and trust in what they can do themselves or what they think of themselves. Today we're going to look at a number of different passages. And over these next couple of weeks, we're going to look at a lot of different things that God says about who you are. We just finished looking at who God says He is. And now we're going to look at, if you have put your faith in Jesus, who He says that you are. And as we put faith in the things that God has said, rather than the things that I've done or how well I've accomplished things or what I think about myself, I think the more that we will appreciate who we really are and what our mission is in this world. Again, we're going to look at maybe 6 or 7 different passages just to get us ready for the devotions to come. But today is so important. Just to take a look at who I am, who God says I am and repent of the fact that I have really given myself titles. I've come up with some idea of who I think I am when God is saying to us, God is saying to me, and He's saying to you, you are not who you think you are. You are not who you see in the mirror. You are who I have said you are by the finished work of Jesus. It's the most amazing thing to be considered a child of the King, someone who's been forgiven, someone who's holy. The list goes on and on and on. And so what would our lives look like if we were to really believe that what God has said, not only about Himself, but what God has said about you is really true? I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day.